If you're an energy healer who creates meditations or does soul retrievals for yourself or for clients, I'm going to share a resource with you that will be beneficial for your storytelling, but also a story about something that happened to me and how I went about finding this resource in the first place. Yesterday, I created a wealth activation within people's Akashic fields to restructure their relationship with money. If you want to listen to that so you can get a better understanding of the concepts I'm about to be talking about, it's on my social media pages everywhere. And it's like a 5-minute meditation. Typically, when I am doing soul retrievals for others, I'm going on a very dynamic session where I am taking that person's energy body and astral body on this whole shamanic experience. And I am in real time experiencing the findings or the channelings in real time with either their higher self or their inner children or their different incarnations. So it's very easy to get immersed into it and to speak from a place of, hey, this is the journey that your light body went on, and I am retelling that to you, but they're going to feel it very deep in their soul because they've already been on it once. And listening to it again is a second go around, right, for their human. Well, when I was listening to my meditation last night, not from a critical place, but more of observing of how could I improve this, I was thinking something feels off here. It doesn't quite feel like my soul retrievals because I had created the narration for the meditation and I was reading it while I was infusing energy healing. But when I was listening to it, I was like, this sounds a little mechanical. Like, it's very, there's a lot of feelings and emotions behind it because I wanted people to experience what this would be like in their own life, these examples that were in the meditation of bringing unexpected money in. But like something was just not quite right. And that prompted me to think about, okay, how could I bridge the gap between what I'm doing in meditations and soul retrievals and make the meditations even more dynamic, because it's a little bit of a different experience. I'm not immersing myself in the same way. And the thought that came to me was, let's go and listen to some people talk about creating Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. Because Dungeons and Dragon campaigns are great representors of world building, opposed to soul retrievals where I'm not the one world building. I am going through the experience that your higher self wants me to go on so I can channel all that and tell you about it. And so that's something that is already preset. That is a truth. That is something that has already occurred. Whereas meditations are a little bit different because it's something that's coming from your creative mind, but there is a way to make it feel as though it is a real experience. And that's a little bit of the frequency and vibration that I was missing in the one that I had created. So I went on to YouTube and found some people talking about how to world build within Dungeons and Dragons realms. And I know that might not apply to you 100%, but if you listen to what this person is saying, it's going to unlock these new levels of story narration and help you not only with meditations, but then also soul retrievals. This is a video here you can find on YouTube. I didn't mean to cut him off of there, but it's called Stop Performing and Start Role Playing, and it's by Black Lodge Games. Highly recommend checking this out. It really made me think about everything I was doing in a completely different lens and said, this is what I was missing. I was pretending as though this meditative story could be a reality where I actually needed to be speaking to the voice or through the voice of, no girl, this is real. This is you in a different timeline. Like, I needed to pull the soul retrieval piece into it. And so I am going to end up re-recording it in the future. But that's when you start getting into some really deep healings, when you can hear the vibrations and frequencies that are off in your creations, and not from a critical place, but you just want to making them as great of an experience as possible. So again, go watch this video, and then I have another one. 5 tips to start a D&D campaign the epic way, and this is by the Fantasy Forge, and you can find this one on YouTube as well. This is great for your starting parameters, and I'm not saying that you have to follow this formula exactly. Obviously, this is just to inspire creativity and different ways that you could begin your journeys, either in the meditations or the soul retrievals. I found this one highly beneficial as well. And again, the meditation that I put out, it was great. I love it. It is very powerful, but at the same time, I always want to grow and evolve. And that looks like coming in as a non-judgmental observer and saying, what do I think that I could improve upon this? Okay, now let me take an action step to do so. And sometimes it's going to be an outside of the box resource. And so that's a great time to ask your higher self to chime in, because obviously if I'm creating a new one with the consciousness that created it in the first place, it's just going to be the same reiteration. So I had to ask my higher self, hey girl, what do we need to do about this? And then she dropped that ping in there for me. But if you are wanting to become a more dynamic storyteller, I do recommend checking these resources out. I would love to hear in the comments if you found this beneficial or if you enjoy the videos. And remember to give a follow to join the community. And I'm wishing you a very magical day.